Welcome to Simple. Today we are going to talk about some words and some expressions that we use in our daily life. We know that these words and expressions are very important in our daily conversations with others. So let's start some new words and some new expressions that we can use during our speaking to someone. When we start, we can say the word actually. So the word actually, it means in reality. For example, when I tell you, people say bad things about him, but actually, he's a good boy. So here we can find that the word actually can be used to say in reality. Then we can use some other words like else. The word else, it means in addition or different, and I use it to add something or to say something different for you. Just like when I tell you, do you want to buy anything else? Or do you want to go somewhere else? And an important word which is really, and we can use it in different ways. So we can say really when we use it before an adjective, it means very. So when I tell you Tom is really good at math, it means that Tom is very good at math. And we have the word anyway. The word anyway. Anyway has two meanings. So I can use anyway to tell you the reason for doing something. Like when I tell you, I'll drive you home. It's my way anyway. And I can use the word anyway to return to the main subject or to return to subject that I have mentioned before. Just like when I tell you, anyway, as I said, I woke up early today. And there is another word which we can say regularly, and this word is around. And around, it means about or approximately. Just like when I tell you, I'll meet you today at around 6 o'clock. So it means that I can meet you at about 6 o'clock, something like this. Suggesting new ideas is something that we use daily with our friends and our relatives. So when I want to suggest something new or suggest a new idea, so there are some expressions that I can use to say these new ideas. So I can say, why don't we go to the cinema? Or, let's go to the cinema. And sometimes you can find some people say, how about going to the cinema? Or, what about going to the cinema? So here you have to be careful. Something which is very important. You can find that when we use, why don't you? Why don't we? You can find that they are followed by the infinitive form of the verb. And the infinitive form of the verb, it means it's the base form of the verb. The base form of the verb. As well, we can find the expression let's is followed by the infinitive form of the verb. And then you can find the word or the expressions how about or what about. How about or what about are followed by the gerund form of the verb. The gerund form of the verb. And what's the gerund form of the verb? The gerund form of the verb is the verb that ends in ing. And you can find this one, how about going? How about going? And sometimes we can use the noun. We can say, what about tennis? it's the same like, what about playing tennis? How about tennis? How about playing tennis? They have the same meaning. Sometimes we have to answer these suggestions. So if I agree, I can tell you, I agree. I don't mind. It's okay. And if I agree strongly, I will tell you, absolutely. Like, for example, when I tell you, why don't we buy Jack a present for his birthday? If you strongly agree with my idea, you will tell me, wow, absolutely. During the day, we can find some of our friends feel disappointed. So, what can we tell them? So when I see someone who is disappointed, I can tell him, oh dear, what a pity. Just like if I met someone and I ask him, what's wrong with you? And then he tells me, oh, I lost my mobile phone. So I can tell him, what a pity. Oh dear. And there are some other daily expressions that we can use regularly, like, be careful, look out. So if I can see someone is going to do something dangerous or going to hurt himself or herself, so we can tell him or her, be careful. Like someone is walking and looking at his mobile phone and he's busy, may he falls down. So I can tell him, be careful, look out. And sometimes if I want someone to be quick, to do something quickly, hurry up, quickly, hurry up. And if I don't mind something, so I can tell it doesn't matter. Like one of my friends came to me and tells me, sorry, I forgot to bring the book. I tell him, it doesn't matter. It means, never mind, it's okay. That's all for today. Thank you for following us. Simple, learn English simply.